So I've got a little bit of a conundrum. I'm kind of sick of working on this, although I really enjoyed driving it at Mid-Pond. I may put this thing on hold, and that's my question. Any of you guys out there in YouTube land, would you like to see me continue with the S13, or would you rather see Scotty and I try to revive my R32 GTR with this motor that I had at the engine builder for 3 years that has just been sitting under this blanket for almost 8 months now? Or I'm going to move to a different spot. Would you like to see this SR that's questionable at best go into the two-tone coupe? That's also another project I have. I have a ton of projects. I just don't know which one to do for the old internets. So I also have this chassis, this S13 coupe, caged. It needs a lot. But I also have a 1JZ that can go into this. And I have a Sylvia front for my old Formula D car and my BN blister kit that I would put on that thing. But again, that one's, whew, that's a lot. Or I have this white coupe that's SR powered. It's pretty clean. It has some rust. And the goal with this one was to just make it OEM plus. Skirts, spats, clean the body, all the dings, dents, clean the rust, keep the pop-ups, replace the fenders because those are haggard, stock bumper with a lip, and just have this thing live. I do have a set of Advan SA3Rs for this thing, but that is another project that I need to do. And then there's this, my Drift Week Lexus. It has been out of a motor for 3 years. It's still over at 10/10. It still needs to be assembled and slapped back in the car, but this thing basically needs everything. New fenders, new bumper in the back. Side skirts are good, but that's about it. So I also have this as a project. Oh yeah, and if anybody wants to buy this Datsun, get at me. Cheap. OBO. Real cheap. Then there's this little guy that runs great. It just needs a clutch fork, which basically entails taking the engine out, because the transmission's under all of that. So that's fun. Or I have this 4AC AE86 that we did on the Runs Good TV show. And I have a Beams. And that needs a swap, but I'm not a Toyota guy, so I don't know about this one. It's a big question mark. Or getting this thing up and running with the supercharger belt situation and making this a really fun drift car. So I got a lot of options for things to do, which is overwhelming and self-induced, and I'm very lucky to have those problems. But when you do have a lot of cars, you do have a lot of issues, regardless of what's going on. And I just don't know, like, it gets to a point where you don't even know where to start or begin or what. So, yeah. Which one of these is the most interesting to work on? And all of that, I can't even do any of that until I start my first project, which is cleaning up my wreck of a shop. 4 events basically in 1 month, and I didn't clean up in between all of them. The trailer is a wreck. In here is a rack. And that's what I'm going to do today. Is the fun stuff, is cleaning up. Cleaning up the mess. It's my favorite part. Well, here we go. Well, it's certainly not perfect, but it's a world better than it was. And now I can pull whatever car I decide to work on into here. Even though I hate it, it's probably going to be the S13. But I'd love to hear which ones you guys want to see next. Because once the S13's back up and running again and the rear end is rearranged and so on and so forth, we are going to move on to something else. And I sure have been wanting to drive that Mamma Jamma. But I'm also terrified at the same time because RBs hate me. Quick story about it. Bought it, paid a premium for it because it's TH1 blue, and drove for 2,000 kilometers, and then it rod knocked. So I didn't get to enjoy it very much. And now it's just a very expensive paperweight. So I would like to get it going, but I'm terrified of that motor. Even though the engine builder is fantastic at what he does, RBs and me don't get along. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it in the car that it came with, and it's going to be great. And it wasn't. So, yeah, that's it for today. Just need to fill this with something to do. And that's it.